What is it about?
Nobody knew, and they didn't know.
It just brings a smile to people's faces.
I think because of the way he writes, he manages to retain an air of mystery.
Absolutely magical.
And make something inside. Your little atoms are stirred by it. Your being that actually connects with your being.
You only hear a few bars and you're pulled into it.
And loud at the ends.
It's going to connect fully into every vein you've got going.
Breaking the number one cardinal rule.
They're coming to listen to what you're playing and not just to look at you and see what you are.
Got into trouble over sampling it.
As time goes on, you find that you may find another period of your life.
The most important thing to understand about Led Zeppelin is that there were four musical equals.
Such a monstrously dramatic.
That's why it's still so popular, you know.
Complex, beautiful, and dangerous.
Led Zeppelin!
Why Led Zeppelin is widely considered
best band ever.
Led Zeppelin, without a doubt, holds an indomitable place in the annals of music history. From their explosive debut in the late 1960s to their legendary status today, Led Zeppelin has captivated and enchanted millions of fans worldwide. Led Zeppelin's claim to the throne of greatest band ever is a hotly contested debate, but there's a reason why their music has endured for decades, influencing countless artists across genres.
Used to sing to the mountains, but the mountains washed away.
Here's why Led Zeppelin continues to be a titan of rock and roll. Musical virtuosity. Each member of Led Zeppelin was a master of their craft.
The most important thing to understand about Led Zeppelin is that there were four musical equals.
Now I'm singing all my songs to the girl who won my heart.
Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page.
Page's influence on the world of rock music is immeasurable.
Jimmy Page is one of the best guitar players I've ever known.
Jimmy Page's innovative guitar work, from bluesy riffs to soaring solos, is legendary.
One of the most inventive guitar solos ever.
One of the best ever recorded.
It's going to connect fully into every vein you've got going.
The concept of the solo was to have something like a sort of fanfare, so it's a definite transition. So it comes in with a fanfare to introduce his solo. The solo is just going to soar right through. One of the cardinal rules when I was a studio musician was that you didn't speed up. And I was keen to do something which had an acceleration to it, not only from the musical point of view, but from the lyricist, so that the whole thing would start to gain a momentum as it went through. So it wasn't just a monotone piece. And by that, I actually mean that it would subtly speed up. So you're breaking the number one cardinal rule.
John Bonham, affectionately known as Bonzo to Led Zeppelin fans, wasn't just a drummer. He was a force of nature behind the kit.
I think that they're coming to listen to what you're playing and not just to look at you and see what you are. I mean, I remember when I first went to see the Beatles, it was to look at them, you know. It wasn't, you didn't really bother what you were listening to.
Yeah.
And today, it's not what you are, it's what you're playing.
Bonham's drumming so powerful and unique.
And Bonham was a hell of a powerhouse drummer, although I think he's kind of heavy-handed.
There is no drummer can play that groove like John Bonham did.
No one hit the snare drum harder.
Everybody from Ice-T to Puff Daddy, Chemical Brothers, the Beastie Boys got into trouble over sampling it. It is monumental. There is no drummer can play that groove like John Bonham did.
John Bonham's thunderous drumming laid down a foundation that shook stadiums. Tracks like Moby Dick showcased his technical prowess, speed, and stamina. These weren't just self-indulgent displays. They were electrifying moments of pure musical power that left audiences awestruck.
On bass guitar, John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones's versatility on bass added incredible depth to their sound. Formed the backbone of Led Zeppelin's sound. John Paul Jones's mellotron in the background creates an ethereal atmosphere. And Robert Plant's powerful vocals, with their range and raw emotion, became a signature of rock itself.
Really shouldn't go, only goes to show that you will be mine by taking our time.
From the first note, Robert Plant's voice is unmistakable. He possesses a unique tenor that can oscillate between gentle whispers and powerful roars in a matter of moments. Songs like Stairway to Heaven and Since I've Been Loving You demonstrate his ability to transition from delicate to explosive with ease. His expansive range, combined with his emotional delivery, allows him to convey a wide spectrum of feelings. Genre-bending brilliance, Led Zeppelin wasn't afraid to experiment. They took blues, rock, folk, and even Eastern influences and wove them into a tapestry of sound that was uniquely their own. Tracks like Kashmir showcase their ability to transcend genre, creating soundscapes that are both beautiful and powerful. Whether it's the anthemic immigrant song, the hauntingly beautiful Since I've Been Loving You, or the emotionally charged Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Led Zeppelin's songs resonated with audiences on a deep and profound level.
I think it was one of the early heavy metal bands, probably, without knowing it. You know, because when we disbanded Cream and they weren't around anymore, Led Zeppelin filled the voids and they became the first kind of official heavy metal band. So maybe Cream was the forerunner of that.
The band's songwriting prowess was second to none. Led Zeppelin crafted an impressive repertoire of timeless classics that have stood the test of time. Their songs were lyrically profound, tackling a range of themes including love, spirituality, mythology, and social commentary.
What is it about?
Nobody knew, and they didn't know.
It's a ballad.
That it was going to have the effect it did.
It's folk.
I think because of the way he writes, he manages to retain an air of mystery.
And make something inside. Your little atoms are stirred by it. Your being. It's one of those songs that actually connects with your being.
It's rock.
You only hear a few bars and you're pulled into it.
Loud at the end.
It's hard rock. As the chief architect behind Led Zeppelin's iconic sound, Jimmy Page's guitar work goes beyond technical skill. He played a pivotal role in crafting the band's songs, arranging intricate guitar parts that became integral to the overall composition.
To me, Led Zeppelin is Jimmy Page. You know, you want to cut the story short, Jimmy, yeah, shy boy.
It's an arrangement. Not many rock bands can do arrangements, which means actually changing the volume and the tempo and the pace and varying the instruments. Most bands go from A to B and it's loud at the beginning and loud at the end.
The idea of Stairway was to have a piece of music, a composition, whereby it would just keep unfolding into more layers and more moods, and actually the whole intensity of subtlety and the intensity of the overlay of the composition would actually accelerate as it went through on every level, every emotional level, every musical level, and so it just keeps opening up as it continues through its sort of passage.
I think it is the perfect arrangement. Although it's an 8-minute song, the build is absolutely magical.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west.
Robert was magnificent with his input of lyrics to the music of Led Zeppelin anyway.
My contribution was to write lyrics and to sing a song.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west.
Robert Plant's lyrics are poetic, enigmatic, and laden with imagery and allegory.
What's it about? Lyrical searching, yeah. Does it make much sense? Possibly does to Plant. Did it really matter? Probably not.
And my spirit is crying for leaving.
You've got a lyric that can be interpreted any way you like.
A lyric that was ambiguous enough, and a delivery which was not over-pumped. Just, it almost was like the antithesis of the music was this kind of lyric and this vocal delivery that was just about enough to get in there, you know.
And lyrics that resonate with listeners on a deep level. Plant's evocative lyrics and the band's tight songwriting left an indelible mark on music history.
I think as time goes on, you find that you may find another period of your life has got a little bit more substance or is more relative later on down the line, you know.
The stories told in Zeppelin songs, often penned or co-written by Plant, evoke timeless themes. Myths, legends, love, and landscapes all find voice through Plant's lyrics and delivery.
Headley Grange, as a residence, eating, sleeping, making music. That's what we were doing day after day after day.
Robert Plant, the band's lead singer and co-writer of the song, was an ardent fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's work. The lyrics contain references to Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, notably the lines, "'Twas in the darkest depths of Mordor.
Just in the darkest depths of Mordor,
I met a girl so fair."
I met a girl so fair.
These lines directly reference the dark land of Mordor and the characters Gollum and Sauron. The song touches upon themes of journey, wandering, and seeking. These are not just physical journeys, but also emotional and spiritual ones. This has cemented many of Zeppelin's tracks as staples in the annals of rock history.
Sweet. Ooh, yes, baby, baby, baby. I started crying.
Plant recalled in interviews how they drove from Guillemine to Tantan, and, as he looked out of the window, he was deeply moved by the vast expanse and the desolation. This drove the imagery and the line, "Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face."
Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face.
Stars to fill my dream.
Stars to fill my dream.
Led Zeppelin's songs are rock anthems. Their music is filled with catchy hooks. A survey of Guitar World and Total Guitar readers has determined the top 50 rock guitar riffs of all time. Van Halen's Ain't Talkin' About Love is ranked 5th.
Come on, man.
Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water is ranked 4th. AC/DC's Back in Black is ranked 3rd. And Randy Rhoads' iconic riff from Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train is ranked 2nd. However, this is not the first and will not be the last time that Led Zeppelin Whole Lot of Love achieves the top spot. It's simple, yet powerful, and once you hear it, it sticks with you. That's the mark of a truly iconic riff. It's catchy and memorable, no matter how many times you hear it. The riff of Whole Lotta Love is one of the most recognizable in rock music. It epitomizes Led Zeppelin's sound and their contribution to hard rock. The riff might seem straightforward, but it's all about how Page plays it. His use of power chords and his signature style give it an edge that's hard to replicate.
I had this record at home of a guitar that had a lot of sustain on it, and I got him to come round and have a listen to it. I said, "Can you get that?" And he went away and came back with this phenomenal thing. A distortion pedal, which overloads the signal. Overdrive the sound and make it sound pretty rude.
the 1969 tune remains as relevant and influential as ever.
A Whole Lot of Love it's a classic riff of all time. And the great thing about Whole Lot of Love is the fact that when anyone plays the riff of Whole Lot of Love, you know, it just brings a smile to people's faces.
Total Guitar says, Whole Lotta Love's guitar figure took just 2.7 seconds to play, but it immediately projected music into another decade. While everyone else was still playing the 60s, Zeppelin were now playing the 70s. It wasn't the first great riff, but it is the defining one.
I used it on the middle part of Whole Lot of Love, where it's this big sort of avant-garde section.
Page used a theremin, a touch-sensitive electronic instrument, to create the eerie, oscillating sounds. These experimental inclusions made Whole Lotta Love not just a hard rock anthem, but also a testament to the band's willingness to push boundaries. And Page has acknowledged how important the band's creative freedom was in their evolution. None of that might have happened if I had an outside producer. They might have questioned or not understood what I was doing, or thought I was just making a bunch of noise. I was able to make sure our ideas were carried out without interference.
But I do remember those shows because it was pretty radical, the music that we were playing, because it was the sort of music that it relied on improvisation.
Led Zeppelin's live performances were nothing short of legendary. Their concerts were a transcendental experience, with each band member displaying unparalleled energy and showmanship. Led Zeppelin's stage presence was electric, captivating audiences and leaving them in awe. Their improvisational skills and extended live versions of songs showcased their virtuosity and ability to create a unique atmosphere in every performance. Led Zeppelin's impact on the music industry cannot be overstated. They set new benchmarks for rock music and laid the groundwork for countless bands that followed. Their heavy sound, intricate arrangements, and genre-bending approach influenced a wide array of genres, from hard rock and heavy metal to progressive and alternative rock. Their signature style continues to inspire musicians and bands across generations, proving their enduring legacy.
Well, it was a great achievement to take such a monstrously dramatic musical piece.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Their album sales figures speak for themselves, with them being one of the best-selling bands of all time.
My foot's outside the door. I gotta tell you, I can't be late for the hell-high sport.
Led Zeppelin's unparalleled musicianship, genre-defying sound, impeccable songwriting, electrifying live performances, and lasting influence on music make them the undeniable frontrunners for the title
Best Band Ever.
Their ability to captivate audiences with their raw talent and sonic exploration remains unmatched, solidifying their status as true legends of rock. While there will always be debate about the greatest band ever, Led Zeppelin's impact on music history is undeniable. Their combination of musical prowess, innovative songwriting, and electrifying live shows solidify their place as one of the most important and influential bands of all time.
That's why it's still so popular, you know.
Led Zeppelin's musical legacy will continue to resonate with generations to come, ensuring their place in history as the ultimate rock gods.